Good evening. Whether you stayed up late, got up early or pushed all right through it, the pain was worth it for the pleasure of what was a 3-2 thriller. England securing a place in the quarter-finals, beating Mexico on home turf. Back here, pubs stayed open and enjoyed the extra takings, while some schools gave in to the inevitable and organised delayed match viewings to start the day. The only challenge? Keeping England's success a secret for just a few more hours. Here's Helen Keenan.
It's football shirts instead of school uniforms this Monday morning. More than 7 hours since England kicked off, but these children in St Albans don't know who won. And when that final whistle blew...
And there ends a World Cup classic!
Feeling very breathing and very happy, like England got through.
What was it like watching it?
Good, because I support England.
My brother was going to tell me in the car. He said, I said, don't tell me, I want to watch it with the school.
The special screening, a tactic to make sure no one skips school.
That was our worry, and obviously it's really important that they're here every day. So that's the main thing that we wanted to make sure, that they were able to watch it and they were in school.
And took the pressure off parents.
Tempting to let them off school because we're so close to the end of term, and you think, but you know, I still have work, and routine is important. So it was so helpful that the school did this.
It allowed them to come in and watch it with their friends, and that creates a team spirit, which is what England are trying to do.
To Clapham. Today, there were some sore heads travelling into work.
I thought it was worth staying up for, binning off work. Hopefully my boss don't see.
Back in London now, I've got a meeting this morning, haven't slept, so...
I wouldn't have been anywhere else in the world. It was amazing.
The clean-up is starting in Stockwell, now the celebrations have stopped. England's success not only a mood boost, but for some, a financial one too.
The night was absolutely epic. The atmosphere was electric. People were shouting, beers were thrown up in the air. Events like these are so important to the hospitality industry. At the moment, the hospitality industry is struggling.
So whether you were celebrating in the street, at the pub, or in school, there was no stopping London showing their love for the Three Lions. Helen Keenan, ITV News.
I love it when London gets excited about sport. It's so incredible.
Right.
And they're happy businesses around the capital as well, because they'd have earned extra cash last night, wouldn't they?
Well, that's exactly it, isn't it? We know that pubs have been struggling, and the heat wave and the football have really given them a much-needed boost so far this summer. Now, the World Cup is not only tackling the struggles in hospitality, it seems, but other small businesses too, with big events across London being credited for bringing a boost to the local economy.
London is a great city. Everybody celebrates. Big event. It's not only this one. It's the other events that we're holding in London as well. Events create opportunities for small businesses, for pubs, for hospitalities and the rest. As you can see, everyone is geared up for it. Everyone is excited. Everyone is out and about trying to celebrate all of this great event.
And look, now England are through to the quarter-finals. Let's hope these celebrations can continue.
Oh, indeed, Helen, thanks very much. A student who was wrongly identified and tasered twice as he tried to buy fish and chips in Newham has told ITV News police saw a black guy and their first response was to attack. Abdul Latif Ajibike was holding his fish and chips and his mobile phone when he was mistaken for an armed suspect. An independent investigation didn't find excessive force was used or that there was racial discrimination, something that Abdul Latif still struggles to understand. Yasmin Bodelbai reports.
It's January 2023. 17-year-old Abdul Latif Ajibike is waiting for his food in a chip shop. He doesn't realise that lined up outside the door, armed police are waiting for him. They've received reports of a black man wearing a green hoodie carrying a gun. As he walks out in his black jacket, he's tasered twice and falls back into the shop with such force that his shoe flies off.
I come out, then I turn left, then I just see armed police. They shout, freeze, freeze. Before I could even move a second, they mauled me, hit me with their gun, kicking me. Like I was saying, stop, stop, what did I do? It just kept going. Then I just see guns pointing at my head.
When officers find no weapon, they realise they've got the wrong man. Earlier this year, the Children's Commissioner found that black children are 5 times more likely to have police force used against them during a stop and search compared to white children. And Abdul Latif is clear as to why he was targeted.
They saw a black guy and the first thing was to attack.
The Met denies this. They've apologised and said officers don't have the benefit of hindsight and the public would expect them to treat every situation as if they were dealing with a genuine armed threat. A complaint investigation following this incident did not find that the use of force was excessive or that there was racial discrimination. What that investigation did find, however, is that officers failed to obtain a sufficient description of the suspect before the stop. Abdul Latif has been left with flashbacks and nightmares.
If I'm being honest, the pain only gets worse, really. Only due to the fact that there was no accountability taken from them.
He says it will take him a long time to heal and a long time to repair his trust in the police. Yasmin Bottleby, ITV News.
Next tonight, with temperatures soaring again this week, the Port of London Authority has started a safety campaign aimed at teenagers and young people, warning them of the dangers of open water. It comes after a 13-year-old boy drowned at Royal Victoria Dock last Monday. Cafe Pata has more.
It's a hot day, the sun is shining and seemingly calm waters, but even in their gentle state, the tides of the Thames still claims lives. Take Brian Sassy. He died swimming in the river 4 years ago, and the 13-year-old boy who drowned last week at Royal Victoria Docks.
Adam, when you hear that someone's fallen into the river, someone's drowned in the river, I mean, what's going through your head? How does that make you feel?
Yeah, of course, that's a devastating incident for anybody to hear about, but for us as the custodians in the Thames, it's especially cutting. Today is all about preventing that from happening and making sure that everyone's involved in keeping people safe.
In an effort to prevent such tragedy, the Port of London Authority have launched this water safety campaign aimed specifically at young Londoners, specifically for the hot weather.
Get help!
There are lots of hazards associated specifically with this river that people might not know about. It's very cold, even in the middle of summer, it's very cold and there's a risk of cold water shock. It's very tidal, the water rises and falls by 7 metres twice a day and it flows faster than an Olympic swimmer can swim.
The messaging is clear, stay out and help out only by dialing 999, but is it enough to prevent drowning?
Just looking at this barrier, you can see how it's not going to take much for someone to climb over, jump and enter the water. And this is a part of London where there are quite a few barricades. There are calls, particularly from people who've lost loved ones from drowning, to make access to open water completely impossible.
That's part of the issue, I think, but what people forget is that London is still a working river. You are right, we need to look at where we can provide preventative measures, where we can perhaps put gates or barriers in that could be adapted, but also more signage.
With the hot weather expected to continue, this could be the busiest summer for the Port of London Authority. The dangers of the heat amplified by the risks of water. Kaf Opata, ITV News.
It seems even organising a room in one of his family's many residences in London has proved too much for the strained relations between Prince Harry and Buckingham Palace. Harry's over here for a series of charity visits, but discussions over where he'd stay have descended into claim and counterclaim. Ranila Dami is at Buckingham Palace for us. And Ranila, let's be clear, he's now not going to be staying at Buckingham Palace, is he?
Well, there's been a lot of back and forth. Are you ready for this? I'm going to try and make it as clear as possible because there is so much back and forth. So Harry is returning to the UK for a series of charity events, including to mark an Invictus Games anniversary, and was due to stay here at Buckingham Palace. Now, the Duke's team, a spokesperson, says that because of a decision to not provide security arrangements for his family, the Duke has spent last week making alternate security arrangements. They say that once those arrangements were in place, he was able to formally accept the offer of accommodation over the weekend. But it's understood he initially turned it down and then did a U-turn, by which point the palace said it was too late. It was said that while every effort was made to facilitate Harry's stay as a courtesy to staff and others involved, the household requires a minimum level of notice to ensure he could be hosted appropriately at a royal residence. But there's a suggestion from the Sussex team that the judgment returning tomorrow in Harry's legal case against Associated Newspapers Limited is cited as a reason that the palace withdrew the offer to stay. So, as far as we know, Harry will not be staying at Buckingham Palace. Again, it's a family feud playing out in the public eye.
And Ali, can I go back to the legal action that you just mentioned there? It is going to be a really big day for Prince Harry and the other claimants, isn't it?
It is, and we've seen Harry return to the UK for this case, and other high-profile names like Sadie Frost, Baroness Doreen Lawrence and Sir Elton John, who are suing Associated Newspapers Limited over claims they were victims of unlawful information gathering. A verdict is due to be returned tomorrow, and the newspaper group strongly rejected their claims.
OK, Anelia, thanks very much. Well, Prince Harry's visit and the debate on who should fund his security is on the latest episode of Talking Royals with me, Chris and Lizzie. Use the QR code on the screen or check it out wherever you get your podcasts. Right, still to come on the programme with temperatures topping 30 degrees again. Sally will have the weather from Leicester Square and... Back in the West End, Dame Maureen Lipman will be here to tell us all about her new play. But first, HS2 have unveiled their first completed green tunnel near West Ruislip. The company behind the high-speed rail link between London and Birmingham are calling it green because the section used more than 1 million cubic metres of material taken out of the ground for another tunnel nearby. But works on the long-delayed and over-budget project continue to frustrate those living nearby, as Rags Martel reports.
We're walking into the HS2's newest rail tunnel. And it may not look like it, but engineers claim it's green too.
So we're in this tunnel, a green tunnel. What does that mean? Why are you calling it green?
Basically, it's green because it saves a lot of disruption to the local community and a lot of additional lorry movements. Plus, we get some additional green space on the top of the tunnel.
The scale is mad, even for HS2. But I mean, what are the dimensions? How big is this place? And why do we have these gaps here?
It's around 880 metres long, so nearly a kilometre, around about half a mile long. It's around about 12 metres high and 16 metres wide. It's a big space. It's the only single bore tunnel we have on the route. Most of the other tunnels are twin bore, one for each train, but this is a single bore tunnel. The reason it's so big is because it has to cope with the air movements of two trains passing each other at 200 miles an hour.
The tunnel was built using material extracted from the tunnel boring machines further down the line, which was all put on a conveyor belt, saving 100,000 truck journeys.
And we've transported it over a 1.4 kilometre long sort of conveyor belt, carried out a little bit of treatment to it, and then we've then placed it as a backfill around the Copthall tunnel, generating significant savings in lorry movements and carbon emissions through, reuse of material versus, taking virgin material.
While HS2 claim this is a green engineering feat, you don't have to go far from here to find people who disagree. HS2 say they've built a very green tunnel. What do you think?
I'm actually quite furious. They're going to go on about a green tunnel and how environmentally friendly that is, but take a look around the sites and the business case for this has already been overturned. So why are we still doing this? Why are we spending billions of pounds and claiming to be green when look around the sites, look at the space surrounding them, they're destroyed, they're ruined.
It's damage after damage. It's the damage through the nature reserves, which was moving the pylons. It's the damage in the aquifer. And now there's damage with sewage, and we don't know what's planned for that.
The construction, to a certain extent, is disruptive, but I think in the long term, the benefits will be there for everyone to see.
It's thought the tunnel will grow green with grass in a decade, but the environmental benefits of HS2 will be argued over for much longer. Rags Martel, ITV News, Ruislip, West London.
Tottenham have signed Italian midfielder Sandro Tonali from Newcastle for a club record fee, which could reach £100 million. The 26-year-old is the club's sixth signing in a summer spending spree. Spurs are undergoing a squad rebuild after narrowly avoiding relegation last season. Arthur Fairy is looking to continue his remarkable run at Wimbledon. He's currently playing against Grigor Dimitrov for a place in the quarterfinals. Fairy won the first set, but Dimitrov won the second, so they're currently tied at 1 set apiece. Fairy is hoping to make the quarterfinal of the Grand Slam for the very first time. Definitely keeping our fingers crossed for him. Well, our guest tonight is a familiar face on stage and screen, and definitely so on the West End, which is where her latest show, Allegra, has moved to for a month. Yes, we are talking about Dame Maureen Lipman, and the show is an emotional comedy featuring lots of song and dance, as you can see. We can actually play the song and dance because it's a little bit inappropriate for this time of day, whilst tackling what happens when your mind starts to disappear as you age. I was worried you'd be like, why are they not playing the sound?
No, I'm glad you're not playing this, and I want people to come.
Oh, exactly. It looks brilliant.
It's funny. It's a very, very sweet, funny, happy, light comedy, the like of which you won't find anywhere else.
No, and you've been touring, haven't you, with it? How's that been going?
I have. Yeah, I've seen a lot of football in a lot of strange hotels. Yeah. It's gone very well. I mean, people stand up and they cheer. I don't want to sound like I'm, pushing. Well, everybody comes on and plug. But it's about a woman. It's not that she's getting dementia. She has always been like that. She's just one of those neurodivergent people. We didn't have a word for it, but Victoria Wood said, they didn't have that in our days. You just sat at the back with raffia.
Oh, that's a good description. I like that.
Yeah.
Now, I did notice that when you were, was it Aberdeen that you were in and you had to start having security? Are you going to have that in London for the show, do you think?
I am having security throughout, yes. We've come to a pretty sad place, haven't we, when you can't do a nice play, which is totally non-political and nobody in it is of any ethnic and, yes, we do get a lot of strange, moronic people outside. I don't want to give them any publicity by talking about them, but it does restrict my life a bit. I can't go out walking as much as perhaps I'd like to and going in the galleries. But the places we went to were, Aberdeen, I'd never been there. It's fabulous. It sort of glitters. And,
it does. And you've done Richmond and stuff as well.
We've done all the local places, yes, which I've done. Bath. I must have done it 30 times before the West End. But this is, we're aiming it at people who want to come out in daylight because I'm not saying it's for the elderly because it's for everyone.
No,
it's about someone
who's
relentlessly happy and it really gets on people's nerves, as it would.
As it would. I mean, I know it's not necessarily about ageing. It's more about, someone who is neurodiverse, the way that the world reacts to her as she ages. Do you think that you've been doing, 60 years, over 60 years you've been performing. Do people react to you differently as you've grown older to how they did when you were younger?
Well, I don't get it, really. I think I'm 34. I'm jumping up off tables and stuff. I don't really feel... It's not an age thing. It's just, yes, you've been around a long time, or, oh, you do look well. Or in this one, she is a child. So it's the child in you, it's the child in me. We're starting the matinees early at 2:00 and the show's at 7:00 because people want to get home. They don't want to hang about. And there's no threat. I'm not at all worried about, the strange people with placards, but I am concerned that they don't get this message, which is be different. Be happy, be joyful, find something nice in life. Don't cancel people because they don't agree with you.
But I tell you what, you found joy in life. You got married last year. You got married since the last time I saw you. And I saw the wedding pictures and they're incredible. You were definitely finding joy in life. It's so lovely.
I know how lucky I am. And we're just clinging on to every nice day that comes, So when this is over, which it will be, and I finally, hang up my purple wig, then I'm going to have a bit of a life. But of course, the question everybody asks you as you get older is when you're going to retire.
Oh,
Constantly.
I would never ask you that.
You wouldn't, would you?
No. Why would I ask you that? You're
Because I
doing
don't
what you
have
love.
an answer.
Exactly.
As long as I can think and walk and smell, you know.
Then you'll be doing the thing that you love, and that's what we should all be doing with our lives.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh.
Come and see this. It'll cheer you up. When I see it, there's one point in the show when I look at the audience, you've got to go.
I've got to go.
Go.
Oh, no, I'm so sorry to cut you off. I've got to go, but I will definitely come and watch the show.
Talking.
I will do. She'll just keep talking, but now I need to go to Sally, because she's over at Leicester Square for the premiere of one of the most eagerly awaited films of the year, The Odyssey, with Matt Damon, Charlize Theron and loads of others. Before we go to Sally, let's take a look at the clip of the film.
Tell me what you remember.
A wife, a son.
We won the war.
Help me go home.
Right, Sally, I believe you've got Matt Damon with you, of course
well,
you have.
hello there, and welcome to you, Matt, to a very hot and sticky London.
Yes.
How are you finding it?
Look, I love it here. I love it. I used to live right around the corner. I used to walk through Leicester Square every day when I was doing a play here.
Oh, so you know it inside out.
I know it very well. Not like this normally, but...
No, not without a massive horse in the background. Lovely story for you. This film is so anticipated that my friend James has already bought his cinema tickets. Guess what the name of the cinema is called that he's watching it at?
What?
The Odyssey.
Come on.
The Odyssey
Really?
and the Odyssey.
The Odyssey, the Odyssey.
Hertfordshire. So yeah,
James,
it was
all
meant
right.
to be. Now listen, talk to us about what it's like when you've been in Hollywood for a while and you do a film with all your old mates. It must be like a school reunion, is it?
It was really, and there were a lot of people that I hadn't worked with before too, who were just so extraordinary, and the cast is just lights out. It was such a joy to go to work every day and work with these people, and to try to shoot this entire thing on IMAX, which is so challenging, and it took so many people working together. It really was an achievement.
Tell those of us who don't understand, what are the quirks of filming something on IMAX? What is it like? What's weird about it?
The IMAX camera, it sounds like a blender or like a lawnmower when it's going. So they had to build this box around it to deaden the sound, but that made it difficult for actors to see each other and to have these islands. So they built a mirror system. So in these intimate scenes, we're looking in mirrors to see each other, and so yeah, I mean it worked. Like Chris figured out a way to do it, but it was his lifelong ambition to do a feature like this, and the film looks amazing. It took a lot to get every shot, and it was worth it.
And I understand it was physically full on.
For everybody, yeah, not just for me, for everybody. We were all out there together. It was more like an expedition than a movie. Like, we were out at sea, we were on the top of mountains, it's not like Chris Nolan has a special tent that he can go to. You know, like if you're soaking wet and freezing, you turn and look 10 feet away, and Chris is soaking wet and freezing. So.
Did you feel like the leader though, bringing them all with you?
I think Chris is the leader. I mean, I definitely, I tried to lead my department, and but the actors were amazing. Like, I had a group of guys who played Odysseus's men. These guys were so great. They were so tough. They had to learn how to row a 100-ton ship. These guys were up for anything.
And we're going to carry this on. Thank you so much. Here's the weather. Matt, it was
Come rain or shine, Octopus Energy sponsors ITV London weekday weather.
Hello again. Well, hopefully this little one will find somewhere to cool down over the next few days. It's going to be hot and sunny. There's a lot of dry weather around, and we've got these warm nights, maybe even tropical nights to come, where those temperatures don't drop below 20 degrees. As for the detail, well, for the rest of tonight, there's a mixture of some cloud and some clear skies overnight. There might just be the odd pocket of mist around. We're going to see those temperatures drop down to the mid to high teens, so potentially gets a little bit warmer at night as the week goes on, but for some already that still will be quite uncomfortable for sleeping. So as we go into tomorrow, we're looking at a similar setup really to today. Again, there is plenty of sunshine around, still some cloud coming through, and at times that sun might just be a bit hazier. Those temperatures looking like they might be a degree or two down on today, which could be very welcome. But even so, we're still getting up to 30, 31 degrees, but we have just got a little bit more of a northwesterly tomorrow. So as we look at the pressure chart over the week, you can see that high pressure is staying over us. We've got that day-on-day heating, and so those temperatures will come back up again on Thursday and into Friday as well, maybe peaking at 34 degrees on Friday. We'll keep a look at it all for you and let you know how it all pans out. That's your weather. Here's the pollen.
Octopus Energy sponsors ITV London weekday weather.
Making the most of summer. Piri sponsors ITV pollen count.
With those settled conditions over the next few days, our pollen levels are very high, coming from grass and weeds. And just one more thing, might be worth keeping an eye on the air pollution levels as well, as they are coming up as the week goes on. That's it from us all here on the blue carpet at the Odyssey. We'll see you later on. Take care. Cheerio.
And patients at the Evelina London Children's Hospital were treated to a special visit from the Princess of Wales this afternoon. Kate went on a tour of the hospital where she met patients and families. As the hospital's patron, she was also updated on plans to transform it into London's most comprehensive and integrated children's hospital. That includes expanding services and plans for a new hospital building next to the existing one. OK, that's it from us. The Evening News is next with Mary. But for now, from all of us on the London team, have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye.